Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So like as I said in the previous video, the clarity is influenced by 8 parameters. So the 8 parameters are ordering of screen data and content, screen navigation and flow, visually pleasing composition, amount of information, focus and emphasis, presenting information simply and meaningfully, reading, browsing, searching on web, and statistical graphics. So in this video I'm going to cover the first 4 and the next 4 will be covered in other video. Okay. So the first one is like ordering of screen data and content. This influences the clarity. So for the purpose of ordering the screen data and content, first we need to divide the information into units. That means how we need to divide based on some logical things, based like the whole data now I have divided into like parts, right? So such that you will get some meaning. I mean like, okay, these are the 8 topics, 8 parameters. That makes a sense for you. So and also this organization must be based on the degree of interrelationship between data and the information. And also like we need to provide ordering of screen units of information. So for this ordering, like what methodologies I should use, you can use some conventional method, like simply you can go whatever, like the format, this is the main topic, under this you have these subtopics, like that. Other one is like frequency of use, like based on the usage you can go like frequency of use, function and importance, and general to specific. So these are some schemes provided for the ordering of the data. And coming to the second parameter, it is screen navigation and flow. So for the screen navigation and flow, whenever we open a website, say suppose let's take an example of Gigs for Gigs. When you open a website, you first click on you open the first page. After reading the whole data, next you will move to the other. That means they will provide some previous and next tabs. That means they are providing some tabs for the navigation flow. Because of that, it will be very easy for you to navigate and get the content. So this guides, this navigation is guiding you like how to move, next what content you need to read. So it guides the person's eyes through display, and it also tells the sequence in which you need to move, and also it minimizes the pointer and eye movement distances. And in this screen navigation and flow, one should maintain top to bottom and right to left. That means now I have started the video explaining from here. That means from top I have moved down, and left to right. So after left I am moving to right. So this pattern should be followed in the screen navigation and flow. And coming to it should assist the navigation through a screen by like proper aligning, grouping and using line borders. So here like I have grouped here, this is completely one part, this one part, and also like I have to use some line borders. So if I use some line border here, now it is like separated, right? Now you got a clarity, okay, this is one part, this is one part, like that. And coming to navigation, there should be some logical order in this navigation also. Like simply like that you cannot put all the tabs, right? After previous, next, then again going back to previous pages. No, like there should be some flow. That means what I'm saying here is like after visiting first page you should move to second page, then third page. In the second page there should be an option to move back to first page, and next moving to third page. Like certain options should be provided. But in the second page itself, if I am providing the fourth page option, is it like are you following any order? No, right? So you should follow some proper logical order. And also you have to locate command buttons at the end, end of the page structure. That means here I should provide the next tab. If I want to move to the previous one, like here I should provide previous, like this. If you are after reading all the whole content here, then if you still want to revisit the previous one, you can go through this previous tab. If you want, okay, you are clear with this one, and you can move to the next one through next tab, like this. Okay. And also you should provide breaks at logical and or natural points. That means wherever necessary they need to provide some breaks. That means I have in this paper, now I have used some natural points, like break at natural points. That means till here this is one point, so now here I have gave some break, and here I have gave some break. So this is what I need to follow. In the screen designing this should be followed. Okay. And coming to the third parameter, it is visually pleasing composition. So for a pleasing composition, what are the qualities we need to have on the screen? Like it should have a balanced thing. That means like top, right, left and to all the four sides they should have equal weight. Say let's take this as an example. So now here you can see like we have equal spacing on the top, bottom, left and right. Now this is balance. And coming to symmetricity, the screen content, I mean the screen should be in the center line and the replicating elements should be either to left or right. That means here this page number is here now, so this page number for every page it is repeating, so that means this is a replicating element, so this is placed at some left or right, so here it is in the right side. And the center, I mean center line, it should have the screen content. And coming to regularity, there should be some spacing. I mean in the websites, after title there should be some gap, then the content and some space. So after every topic there should be some spaces. And like we have predictability, that means being consistent to follow some conventional orders. That means, so like I should have predict like after this, okay, the next tab will be here only, I mean at the end of the page. So in such a manner I have to design that screen. And sequential, that means you know what is sequential, like I said first parameter, second parameter, third parameter, that means I am following a sequential manner, right? If it is not sequential, it will be not effective, you may not understand, so that is. And coming to sixth parameter, I mean sixth one in this is like economy. Economy is like, so say suppose now even I'm now editing a video, right? So with the in the economy status, that means within our limits we are doing it in the InShot. But okay, if you want, I mean like I want more styles, more techniques, that means if I want to remove that InShot watermark, then I have to pay, right? So based on my economy things I can do that. That means based on the standards you may get very few styles, you may get very few techniques, very few colors also sometimes. So this is what. Another one is like unity. Unity is like you need to go with similar sizes, shapes, colors and all. That means, so now I have taken this book. For every page they have taken this size, I mean some box type. So for every page they have followed this. So that is unity here. And coming to proportion, proportion is nothing but like for windows or grouping of data, you need to give like aesthetic proportion. That means like equal amount of things. What I mean how much it requires, that much should be provided for the data and for the windows. Okay, and there are other points also. Simplicity, that means simplicity gives proper clarity and alignment of the data. Grouping, so this is one of the main topic in the, I mean one of the best quality of this third one. What is this? Visually pleasing. In this we have grouping. So in this grouping, for every, I mean now this whole data is grouped under some title, right? So for every grouping you need to give some meaningful title. And this visual organization, then how should I do that grouping? So there are some like few techniques, like you can go with proximity, similarity, closure and matching patterns. What is this proximity is like, here some data is being repeated, right? That means I mean this is 0, so now 0 is repeated with some pattern in it. Now coming to similarity, now something is repeating but different elements. Here A is repeated, B is repeated, C is repeated. Similarity, that means what is similarity in there? 3 A is repeated, 3 B is repeated, 3 C is repeated. So this is similarity. But in proximity, same element repeating. And coming to closure, opening and closing. And matching patterns, you know about it. So this grouping, they can be done in logical ways also. That means like we can club proximity and closure also. Here I have done that. Like, but we need to avoid all the conflicts. That means open and close, right? But here close and open, this is like a conflict, right? So these things must be avoided. And you may group with white spaces, you may group with borders and backgrounds. And also like visual style in web page, that means you need to use proper unified visual styles. So these 11 qualities are given in the third parameter. And coming to the fourth one, amount of information. So let us take anything. So let's take our video as an example. If I give very little information, it is inefficient for you. That means you may not describe, I mean you may not have more points to describe the answer, so it will be very inefficient. If I give more information, it will be confusing for you. So I need to give whatever the information required, only that key points I am giving you here. That means it is not too little, it is not too much, so it will be not inefficient and at the same time it will also not be confusing for you. And coming to like people should not have to remember things from one screen to the next screen. That means like whenever we open some, I mean say again the same Geeks for Geeks website, so you have studied one of the page contents, then you have moved to other next page, but this page now has all the information which you need to remember in the previous one. Such things must be avoided. That means you need to provide all of the information in the single page, like you try to fit in that itself. So even in my video also, now when I'm preparing the notes, I have tried to fit all those content. I mean for ordering that content here, I have tried to fit it in this, I mean second one here. That means we are trying to fit the whole content of that particular topic under one, I mean as a section under it. Okay. And also we should like when you're providing that information, you need to restrict the screens, I mean window density. That means it should not be more than 30%. Okay. And coming to the web page size, in the web page, a single page length should be like, it should fit 2 to 3 screens of information and not more than that. And also the important content must be placed at the top, that is like at the top 4 inches of the page. That means now this is the paper, I mean the page, the top 4 inches must contain the important information, either it may be title, any important navigation links, all should be provided here. Okay. And also deciding on long versus short page. That means when we should use short pages, when we should use long pages. So when you want to give a quick information for people, that means specific information quickly, then use short information. And you don't want to overload the users with all the information you have, then use short pages. But when you want to give detailed explanation of any topic without interruption, and if they want offline, if they want to read offline, that means now I have opened a web page, then suddenly my Wi-Fi has gone, so the open page still stays there. If it is very long, now I can complete that topic, right? But if it is very short, then I have to navigate, but I don't have Wi-Fi. So in that cases, that means when you when you can read offline, in that cases long pages are suitable. Okay. And other one is like scrolling and paging. That in this it's very simple, like we need to avoid horizontal scrolling and use vertical scrolling whenever necessary. That means whenever we want to use the we see the page structure and all, that time vertical scrolling is necessary. And also avoid scrolling to determine page contents. That means whenever you see the page, immediately through this 4 inches part, I mean the title, some little description, some navigation, this should explain the whole content of it instead of scrolling everything. So hope you all got it. Once again I will give you a quick review. Just I have explained the 4 parameters here, like ordering of screen, data and content, screen navigation and flow, visually pleasing and composition. In this we have some 11 qualities, and the fourth one is amount of information. So next 4 parameters will be covered in the next video. Okay, thank you.